Hey kids, I'm Yurtle.
Hi, Yurtle.
I learned how to climb a rock to get my food.
That's correct, Yurtle. Now tell them how.
Let me tell you about a thing called operant conditioning.
That's a big word for such a small turtle.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic. So, when someone or something is presented with a stimulus and interacts with it, the outcome of the event affects how likely they are to repeat the behavior in the future.
What?
Basically, when someone does something and gets a reward for it, they'll be more likely to do that something again. If they get punished for what they did, they'll most likely not do it again. A very smart psychologist named Thorndike calls this the law of effect.
When Yurtle got rewarded with the pellet, she realized climbing up on the rock again would get her another pellet.
Hey, isn't there a word to describe what you just said?
Yes, Yurtle. It's called positive reinforcement. Do you know why we use those two words?
Positive is used because the pellet was presented to me, and reinforcement means I should continue to do the behavior.
Correct. Positive reinforcement is a contingency. A contingency is an event that happens in order for the behavior to be performed or sometimes not performed. There are 3 parts to this event. They are known as the 3-term contingency ABCs.
A stands for antecedent. B stands for the behavior. C stands for consequence.
At the beginning of her conditioning, Yurtle was presented with the food pellet. This event is called the antecedent. It's the event where the stimulus is presented to the subject. Can you say antecedent, kids?
Antecedents.
I saw the food and realized I wanted it, so I went for it.
Yurtle wanting the food, going for it, and climbing the rock is her behavior. Behavior is the reaction the subject gives.
I was so glad I went for it. I got rewarded with a pellet.
Yay!
Being rewarded with the pellet was the consequence, aka the outcome.
I liked that consequence. Hee hee.
So kids, tell us, what are the 3-term contingencies? A stands for
Antecedent.
B stands for
Behavior.
C stands for
Consequences.
Great job, kids!
Look at me go!
Haha, and a great job to you too, Yurtle.
Operant conditioning. When a stimulus is presented to a subject and the subject acts on it, the outcome of the event determines the likelihood the subject will perform the action again. Positive reinforcement. A stimulus is presented to the subject to increase the likelihood the subject will perform the task again. Contingency. An event in which the whole conditioning process takes place. The 3-term contingency ABCs. A. Antecedent. B. Behavior. C. Consequence. I have to go soon, but I hope you've learned a little bit about operant conditioning. And I hope you like my video this evening. Goodbye!